Spending the day at the Albright Knox Art Gallery. It's really interesting, fun stuff, and seeing a lot of things that people put so much hard work into, and they're sharing something inside of themselves. It means something to them. They're putting it on canvas, and they spend years doing this. A lot of them are never recognized or even accepted by the art world or the opinions of the masses, but they continue to create art, and then years later they're discovered, and after they're long gone and dead, they're appreciated for their works. And but a lot of them were never accepted really in their lifetimes, but they continued to make the art nevertheless, and realize that our lives work in the kingdom of heaven can be the same way, is that whatever God's put in our heart to do, whatever gift He's given us to do, we got to find a way to keep doing it, even though we might not be recognized by the world, even though we might not even be recognized by the church sometimes as being legitimate or successful or worthy. We continue doing the work because we know how God feels about the work and how God feels about us. And in that time, in that process, as we continue doing God's work, even though we may be rejected by man, and our works may be rejected by man and considered worthless, our true motives are tested in that time, because it's then that we realize whether or not we're putting our trust in the opinions of others and the opinions of man. And if we continue to press on and go forward and continue the work that God's put before us, we can find a pure motive in doing it for Him, while being continuously not respected by others and still doing the work of God. Our motives are purified, and we find a way to do it for Him and for His glory, and inspired by His Holy Spirit and inspired by intimacy with Jesus. And as we do that, our work increases and improves. And even if nobody ever recognizes us or our works in our lifetime, we will have treasure in heaven, and that treasure will be stored up for us, and it will be recognized by all the saints and the angels, and even God Himself, even Jesus Himself. And even just like Jesus, His greatest life work was not truly respected or admired or found important until after He was already dead, after He was already gone. Then people started to write about His life. Then people started to follow Him more, and many souls were saved, and people are still following Him today. And even His fame is increasing more and more as time goes on. But it was a day of small beginnings, and it was a lot of rejection for Jesus, right? Even His closest friends were not with Him by His side when He was dying on a cross. But as time goes on, He will grow more and more famous. From now to eternity, forevermore, it will only exponentially grow greater, and His fame will continue to increase and be honored and glorified and praised for eternity.